Piggy, piggy, piggy. Guys. Okay. I've had the pigs for about a week now and they're doing great. They also got names. One of them had a limp the first couple of days and I was a little bit worried, but he's fine now. He's probably just strained a muscle or something. The transition from an indoor production pig to living in the open, running around and digging all the time was probably a little too much for him. But now I'm glad to announce that he's fully recovered and is enjoying his new life. They're also starting to not run away every time they see me. I've spent a lot of time in there to build trust, and now I can go in there and they're approaching me instead of running away. So besides them trying to have a bite of me once in a while, I think we're starting to become friends. They've settled in. They now know where the food and shelter and water is. They also know how an electric fence works. So it's about time I open up a little so they get a little more room to roam and maybe take a swim. But first we need to do some trimming. I'm not opening up this whole area yet. I'm putting up the hot fence up to their house and down here to the pool so that they can find the pool but also find their way back home. Their water level is pretty low right now, so there's almost like a little jump, so I don't think they will have any trouble getting in. The challenge is getting back up. This is the box that I use to power my fences with. It stopped working properly sometime this winter and I thought it was because of the frozen ground, and the buffaloes figured it out, and especially the calves got out all the time. So I started using this mobile power box instead, but it runs on a battery, and since I don't like chasing pigs around the neighborhood, I go and check the battery all the time to see if it's powered. A friend of mine who has a quarter or an eighth of a degree as an electrician wanted to check the old box to see if he could get it to run. So he changed the cord, and he also found a lot of water in there, so that probably could be it. So we'll see if it works, and if it does, that gives me one thing less to think about. It lit up, but it should also make a sound, which it doesn't, so we'll have to do this the proper way. That's just the same as it was before, and that won't work. I don't think the pigs will even feel a tingling from this. So I guess we're stuck with the mobile system. Okay, boys, we go take a swim. Or maybe not. They're used to being in there, so even though that the fence is removed, they're reluctant to go out. I was advised to not give them names because the end game here is that I'll eat them, but I don't quite get that. I think my job is to make their lives as pleasant as possible before they turn into food, and I don't think I'm gonna get any more emotionally attached if I give them names. That train left the station the minute they got here. I'm already pretty invested. They don't care if they have names or not, but I do, and as long as they're a part of this farm, they will be cared for and they will have names. I don't think that humanizes them in a way. I have names for both my dogs and my cats and all the water buffaloes that I had. Every single one of them had names. It makes it so much easier to talk about them, as in these videos, so that you guys know who I'm talking about. The kids are cool with it too. They know where meat come from, and as long as we're eating bacon, we might as well know how that bacon has lived and care for it ourselves. And I don't think we're gonna have any problems doing so, whether they have names or not. So these guys have names, and they're called Hank and Earl. This is Hank, and this is Earl. It's not that easy to set them apart, I guess, but Hank has long white eyelashes, while Earl's are a bit darker, and that's pretty much what I got to set them apart. Looks like they enjoy their new area. I hope they will explore and find the pool eventually. And if you think this is shaking right now, that's because they're eating on my tripod. I also need to make them a new watering system. The one I have is currently full of ass, so I need to make them a better one they can't swim in. Swimming and playing and cooling down they can do in the water in the river instead. So pigs are amazing. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and toodaloo.